So this is how you're going to wear your chunni. There are 5 styles of wearing chunni. Based on the emails, you'll know which one and for which dance you're going to be wearing what style of chunni. So the first thing that you want to do is pleat your chunni. And the way you're going to pleat it is you have to have maybe 4 or 5 pleats, just like how you're doing a sari pleat. So once your pleats are ready, nice and neat, make sure one end of the pleat comes towards your body and one end of the pleat goes towards the outside. Then you want to pin it to make sure everything is not going to fall out. Pin it in a couple places or 3 or 4 places if you need to. We're showing it to you from the front. On the program day, you want to put it from the back. So that way all your pins are not showing.
Okay, that's really nice.
And then this is how you're going to start with your first traditional style of wearing your dupatta. So you start on your right shoulder. It's called the V. So you start on the right shoulder. Bring it towards where your jacket will finish or where your belt is going to be. So either you will be wearing a belt or you will be wearing a jacket. You're never going to be wearing both those things, because the idea of the jacket or the belt is to secure everything in place. So one or the other. So right now we're showing you the style without the jacket. So make sure you pin this from the inside. So right about where your navel falls is where the V should probably fall, almost. Then you bring this out. So you see it's done like a circle, like a U. Then you fold it and then you make it into a nice little samosa or a triangle. So once your samosa is made, make sure you pin it from the inside and secure it.
Then one pin.
And then another pin is going to stay on your jacket or your belt. So make sure that this is not flopping around. It's nicely secure. Of course, you're going to have lots of pins that are going to go through here and here to secure all of this area. So now you have a nice V. So of course you want to put the pin there too.
So put pins inside.
So say for example, here is going to be a juda and the flower is going around it. So the chunni then gets pinned back to where you started. So take another pin and pin it up here so the chunni finishes on the right shoulder. So you started on the left shoulder, you go around into a V and you finish on the right shoulder. And at that point, you find the middle of the chunni and bring it up towards your hair. Now this time, when you're bringing it up towards your hair, if you have a jhumar, then your chunni will come towards the middle of the hair. So like right here is where the chunni will finish. If you don't have a jhumar, then it will go like behind the flowers. Right there, you want to secure it with safety pins.
You can, like, we can see little bit flowers here.
So you want to show some of your flowers. And just make sure that before you pin everything, that you actually have taken your parandi and your choti and you've pinned it either to your jacket or pinned it to your belt, under your belt. So bring it under your belt and pin everything. So your choti should not move. Just one important point to remember is make sure you bring your head down. So look down and then you pin it. Otherwise it's going to keep pulling. So if your head is straight and you pin it, then there is no room for you to move your head. So make sure your head is down and then you start pinning everything, including your chunni. So you're going to pin everything up here, several pins along the way so that you make sure that nothing is going to move on you. So this is your traditional V-style chunni without a jacket. Now the same thing is done with the jacket. So you have the same style and the jacket goes underneath it, of course. So of course you're wearing your dress, you have your jacket, it's all pinned up and closed in. just for showing purposes, we're doing the jacket like this. And then your jacket is pinned is buttoned in the inside. So again, remember, this V has to be pinned to the jacket. And once you wear all your jewelry, then all your jewelry has to be pinned too. Make sure your long necklace is completely pinned in several places, because that is one thing that might break and fall. So you want to make sure even your pendant, everything is pinned onto your dress and nothing is moving on any of the pieces. So here's with the jacket. So that's your second style. One's without the jacket, second's with the jacket. When you're wearing it without the jacket, you have a belt, and the belt is going, jacket's going also behind. So just same exact way. Now we're going to show you a traditional Jaipur style chunni that you're going to wear on your Lucknow dress. So this is your third way of wearing your chunni. So the first one was your traditional manner with the jacket. Second one was without the jacket, with the belt. Now comes the chunni with chunni in a Jaipur style. So you're trying to give the effect of a Jaipur dress, but you still have your Lucknow dress on. So it's done just like you would do a sari. Again, it's pleated nicely, pinned. Sorry, so you start on the right shoulder. You've pleated it nicely. So again, when you're making your chunni, make sure one end goes towards your body, the top end goes towards the outside. It's pleated nicely. And now you're going to make sure it doesn't get very long. You want to make sure it's finishing right where your thighs are starting. So you have your jacket, okay? So jacket's completely closed underneath it. So you're going like this, and then you're spreading it out. So all your pleats are coming nice and smooth, and each pleat is getting pinned. So you're pinning each pleat as you go. So you're pleating each pleat, and then you're going to wear your jacket on top. Again, this should be nice and neat. Nothing should be falling out. Nothing should be coming up, and the jacket is closed. Okay, and if you're wearing the belt, so there might be the Jaipur style worn also with just the belt. So if you're doing that, of course you don't have the jacket, you have the same exact fall. Each pleat is pinned, and then you have a belt on top, just like instead of the jacket. The belt will be
showing from the front.
The belt is going to be in the front.
From the back.
From the back. So this is your Jaipur style chunni. So it's done in 3 different ways, okay? The Jaipur style chunni is done in 3 different ways. One is when you're wearing your Kathak outfit, your Lucknow outfit, and you have the chunni going in the Jaipur style. So this is what you'll do with it. Chunni is going to come back up and get pinned up here, okay? But if you're wearing the Ghagra choli, the one with the white and the red blouse, if you're wearing that, then your chunni will get pinned over here to your belt. You of course won't have the jacket, you have the blouse, you have the skirt, and then you have the belt that will go on top, and then this part will actually get put into your chania, and the belt will go on top. Of course you have tons of pins here, making sure all this is secured and nothing is going to move on you. Make sure there are tons of pins here. And then with your Jaipur style, in your chania choli, this part again comes back up here, like this. So again, this is turned into half, this goes back up and it's attached here. Make sure you give them enough room, so bring their head down and then you start pinning everything. And so when they bring it back up, you have plenty of room and there is no pulling of the chunni and tearing, making holes in the material. So this is how you would wear your traditional Jaipur style dress, which is your white dress, your red blouse. So some of the kids have that in the beginning of the dance. So that's what they'll be wearing it. This is how the chunni will be going. But all the kids that are wearing it as a Jaipur style chunni, what you're doing is you're not putting the chunni down here, you're bringing it up here. So remember to bring the chunni up here and pin it to your dress or pin it to your jacket, depending on what you're wearing. Pin it to your jacket or pin it to your dress, and it has to come up here. If you're wearing a Lucknow dress, which is one of your dresses that you have with different pieces, so it's either going with the jacket or without the jacket. Chunni comes up and it starts on the right shoulder, finishes on the left shoulder.
So all chunnis are going to start on.
So all the chunnis have to start on the right shoulder and they are finishing on the left shoulder, or they are finishing on your waist, depending on what style of dress you're wearing and depending on how you're going to put it together. So there is another style now. For the chunni, where the chunni now, instead of being spread out, is now pleated properly. So all the pleats will stay together. All the pleats are together.
Now it's kind of half.
And the chunni is made into almost a kind of an asymmetrical half, where the top end is a little bit longer than the bottom end. And then it's just pinned on the side. Again, this dress you're wearing with the jacket. So you wear this, you're going to wear it like this. So before you pin everything, this goes on top of the jacket, like this. And then it gets pinned over here. The rest of it is going to go under the jacket. And the jacket will come on top and close. So just a little sash shows, and then you have an end that gets connected over here like this. So make sure it's not too long. If it's too long, just make sure you pin it up properly. So here are all your 5 styles of wearing your chunni. So you have your traditional V with the jacket, traditional V without the jacket. You have the Jaipur style with the Jaipur dress. So some of these kids who have white chaniya choli or white lehenga and red choli, they're going to wear it the traditional way, like how people wear sari. So you start on the right shoulder and it's going over your head in the back, and then it's pleated properly in the front. It goes on your head and then it comes down towards your belt. So that's how you're going to wear your lehenga. It goes into your belt. Chunni finishes on the belt with lots of pins. So that was the 3rd style. The 4th style is your Lucknow dress with the Jaipur chunni. The chunni is worn just like how you're going to wear a sari. Start on the right shoulder, pleat it all the way through, and then make sure when it finishes on your left shoulder, on the top, after it goes through your hair and everything. Finishes on your left shoulder. And then you have your sash style. We call it the staggered style. So your chunni just comes as like a sash, nicely, neatly pleated and put together. And then you wear your jacket on top. Make sure anytime you're pinning anything, if you have a jacket, your chunni always goes on top of the jacket. And wherever you finish, it's always going to be on the opposite side. So your chunni will always go on your left shoulder or will go on your left waist.